Now that Donald Trump has been elected into office, and he's been very clear about the fact that he plans on protecting police officials as much as possible, there are some police departments throughout the country who would like to see the unraveling of court-ordered police reforms. Now, these were police reforms that these police departments did agree to. They negotiated with our Justice Department after lengthy investigations and agreed to taking certain measures to reform the department to make sure that their actions are lawful. But now they're like, I don't know, man, this Donald Trump guy is looking out for us, so maybe we can do away with some of these reforms. Now, to give you some more context into what these reforms are and what they entail, they're essentially federally monitored police reforms introduced during the Obama administration in some cities in response to complaints of police bias and abuse. And they're arguing that they're ineffective and impose an onerous burden on police forces.
I mean, shooting unarmed men, not doing that, that's an onerous burden. Of course, the thick-necked cops of Cleveland are leading the charge here. They've consistently been the worst in the country. And so, I got to wait more than 2 seconds before I shoot and kill that 12-year-old playing with a toy gun in the park like Tamir Rice. I got to wait more than 2 seconds before I shoot Crawford in the Walmart when he picked up an item that was for sale at the Walmart, a plastic gun. I mean, he's black. I got to wait more than 2 seconds to find out if it's a real gun or not. No. It's an onerous burden. Thank God it's the Trump time now, and we don't have to hesitate before we shoot and kill unarmed people.
So, to give you a little more context about what's happening behind the scenes and the potential ramifications of all of it, the Fraternal Order of Police is behind these potential renegotiations. And understand that this is a police union, a police organization that has worked very closely with potential Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Now, he hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's likely that he will be confirmed. And so Jeff Sessions has received a lot of money in the form of campaign donations from this police organization. So is he likely to push for renegotiations regarding these reforms? It is likely. So we'll see.
I thought you guys were against unions. What happened? When it's the cop union, all of a sudden you're like the biggest union fans there are. And by the way, that union has gotten them amazing pensions, protects them from crimes that they commit. So it's almost as if a union can help workers protect their rights, and even then some, right?
Yes.
But in every other country, teachers with their unions, right? You want to organize workers so I can't pay their slave wages? On unions, cop unions, and they let them get away with murder from time to time. Great, I love that union. Right?
Yes.
So that's the hypocrisy of Jeff Sessions and the Republicans.
So these decrees don't only focus on killing unarmed individuals, although that is a big part of it. It also has to do with how you train police officials. It has to do with how you discipline police officials and cops, how you recruit them. And it addresses the use of force in many different ways, not just, okay, don't shoot unarmed people. Again, here is the appropriate training. That way you know what you are lawfully allowed to do when it comes to these confrontations with individuals. So look, renegotiating it is ridiculous, especially because these were already negotiated and these police officials agreed to them. Now they're just trying to take advantage of a situation where they have, a president and a potential attorney general that want to look out for them and have absolutely no regard for the types of people who've been victimized by excessive force. Now, here's something that I actually didn't know, and I want to give the Obama administration a little bit of credit because, quite honestly, I felt like the Obama administration's reaction to some of this, excessive force was lukewarm, to say the least. But according to Reuters, the Obama administration negotiated 24 reform agreements with law enforcement agencies during his 8 years in office after finding patterns of excessive force, racial bias, poor supervision, and other issues. So, by the way, it's not like there was a big headline news story and Obama's like, no, we're reform, we're going to go reform you. No, they had the Justice Department get involved. There were extremely lengthy investigations, and after they were able to prove wrongdoing, they were able to negotiate with these police departments for these reforms.
But as usual, Obama didn't take credit for them. Yeah, I would give him credit when we had stories of one of those that came out. And in Ferguson, for example, when they investigated, they found out that the cops were writing tickets for poor people more because they knew that they could get away with it. So if you write a ticket that isn't exactly right for a rich person, he's going to bring his lawyer, etc. When you write it for poor blacks in Ferguson, well, you're going to find a way that's basically more taxation on them, and in a way that they can't fight back because they're powerless. So Obama's Justice Department unearthed that and looked to fix it. Now Trump's saying, oh, no, let's go back to crushing the poor and the powerless. So the cops are like, wait, we get to go crush poor people again? Sign me up. Now, I say that for the guys who are actually saying that. I'm not using it as a blanket statement on all cops. Am I in favor of cops? Of course! I don't like anarchy. I don't know if you noticed that on the show. I like rule, including rule of law, which Trump continually ignores. So we need cops on every street, including Wall Street. But don't we want them to represent the community? Whatever community that is that they are serving. Like they make it seem like we're asking for outrageous things. Do I want to get rid of cop unions? I don't. I think, of course, they should have a union, right?
Yeah.
Do I want them to be protected and have a good pension? Yes, I do, right? But I also want the citizens protected. And I want to strike the right balance.
Yeah.
And so we were actually on the road to striking the right balance because we weren't doing anything punitive on the cops. We were just saying, hey, let's improve the training so they don't shoot so quickly so we can spare some lives in the community. That's not too much to ask for, but now in the year of Trump, some of the bad actors in the cop unions are like, oh man, I don't want to wait. I don't want to have any restraint. I might have a thumbnail. I just boom, boom, boom. I just want to shoot like we used to do in the old days. Those are the bad guys, and they're the ones that unfortunately too often do the training that sets the wrong culture. So,
and look, of course there are bad actors. There are bad actors in every job, in every line of work, and to deny that that's the case with police is ridiculous. Of course you're going to have bad actors. However, I do want to give credit to the good actors because there are individuals, police officials, members of police unions who actually think that these reforms were great. So I want to give you examples of that. So Sean Smoot, who directs the Police Benevolent and Protective Association of Illinois and serves as a monitor for the Cleveland Police Reform Agreement, said the federal inquiries prompt cities to hire more cops, which is a good thing, and invest in better equipment. So in some cases, an investigation will find that the police department is severely understaffed, and that's leading to some severe issues. And as a result, they will order or allocate more funding to ensure that these police departments have the resources they need to do their jobs effectively. Also, reforms in some cities, such as Los Angeles, have resulted in higher public satisfaction with police and declines in reports of police use of force. But in other places, such as Ferguson, the city has missed multiple deadlines for implementing reforms required by its decree.
And Smoot, by the way, just to be clear, is one of the guys overlooking the reform of the Cleveland police. And the Cleveland police don't want to be reformed, so they're like, oh, this guy making us follow the laws as if we're cops. Ah, that's so annoying. Trump, can you make him go away so we can go back to lawlessness and we don't have to do the reforms to serve the citizens? So those are the bad actors, and now they're empowered under Donald Trump. So his election has all these consequences that a lot of people did not anticipate, though they should have. And you knew that the taxes were going to get cut for the rich. You knew that we were going to go after Muslims. You knew a lot of these things. But I don't know that you knew that he was going to say, for the cops, take the brakes off. Okay, go back to doing all your bad practices. We don't need no stinking reform. You know who created journalism you could be proud of? You did. Our audience helped us hire an investigative reporting team. Now we're going to go for a second. tytnetwork.com/go. Let's build the best reporting team in the country together.